We are at the 2025 Canadian International Auto Show in Toronto, and these are our hits and misses.
I'm Al Elder, and my miss for the show is this, the Cadillac Celestique. This car, this $500,000 flagship, costs as much as a Rolls-Royce Phantom. But they've taken way too long to actually bring it to market. This was supposed to lead the new generation of Cadillacs with a bunch of new parts and new technologies. But at this point, they've only built one out of 500 they were supposed to deliver last year. And parts that were supposed to debut in this now are already on sale in cars like the Lyriq. That means that instead of buying a car that feels like it has a $500,000 car part in it, you're buying a $500,000 car that feels like it has a $70K part in it. That just doesn't hit the way a flagship should. This Halo project could have been great, but GM has failed its engineers in not bringing it out. And that's why it's my miss for the 25 Canadian International Auto Show.
Now my pick from the floor of the Canadian International Auto Show is right behind me, and it is the Corvette ZR1. Why? Because it's the ultimate Corvette, and it's not a hybrid. I love that. It's lightweight, 3,670 pounds, 1,064 gasoline horsepower, and it is all business. You can opt for carbon fiber wheels, carbon fiber aero package, and it just set 5 lap records around the country. I think this has to be my pick of the show. It's just so cool, and I can't wait to drive one.
Just this morning, they announced the 2025 AJAC Canadian Car of the Year and Utility Vehicle of the Year. And they had a couple of really great choices. There's the Hyundai Santa Fe winning Utility Vehicle, Honda Civic winning the Car of the Year, both staples of the Canadian market. But the winner of the Electric Utility of the Year, a category we probably don't even specifically need, is the Ioniq 5N. Yeah, technically it's a crossover, but at the same time, it's a hot hatch. Over 500 horsepower of electric power, and it's fantastic, but it's just not a utility vehicle. So the categories are a little bit mixed up, and AJAC needs to get it right. So let's move on to the rest of our hits and misses.
My hit of the show doesn't look like all the other cars here. It's the 1886 Benz patent motor wagon. It is a replica, but it is a replica of what is believed to be the very first car. And how cool is that? And as for a miss, I've been all through and I haven't found one, so why don't you come down to the Toronto Auto Show and see if you can find something that isn't quite up your alley. I bet you can't either.
My hit of the show is this, the Ford Mustang GTD. Starting life in Michigan, but finishing it here in Markham, Ontario. This is a $440,000 Mustang. But through clever power, clever transaxle, whole bunch of aero, this promises to be a worthy successor to the mighty Ford GT.
Of course, for my hit of the show, it's going to be a wagon. And this is the Audi RS6 Avant GT. It's a special edition meant to honor some of Audi's racing past. It's got 621 horsepower, 625 pound-feet of torque, and enough luggage space for the whole family and all of our hockey equipment. Twin turbo power and noises, and all that cargo space, count me in.
So there you have it. Those are our picks for our hits and misses from the Canadian International Auto Show in Toronto. For Driving.ca, I'm Clayton Seams.